Hi, my name is Bill DiGilio, and I'd like to explain how I would practice over a chord progression. I'll take a chord progression based on the song Spain by Chick Corea, and I'll just run through it briefly. 2 bars of G major 7, 2 bars of F sharp 7, flat 5, flat 9, a bar of E minor, bar of A7, bar of D major 7, bar of G major 7, bar of C sharp minor 7 flat 5, or half diminished, F sharp 7 flat 9, to B minor 7, followed by B7 flat 9. Just a brief analysis of the progression. The progression is basically in the key of D major. So the first chord, G major 7, is a 4 chord. Then going to the dominant 3 chord of the key of D major, or the 5 of B minor, the relative minor. Then that's followed by a 2, 5, 1, 4 in the key of D major, straight diatonic. Then going to a 2, 5, 1 in the key of B minor. And then finally a B7 chord, so the minor third changes to a major third, which you would think would lead to an E minor, but in this case leads directly back to the G major 7, which has a lot of tones in common with E minor, so that's a fairly smooth transition. Now, one thing about practicing a progression, you want to make sure you can find the arpeggio tones of the chord progression quickly enough so you can incorporate them into your melodic lines. Because playing the arpeggio tones really nails the chord progression and makes it sound like you're really playing that progression. So I always like to make sure I can target all those chord progressions in several different, or chord tones in several different positions. So I'm going to play 3 choruses of this progression, and my only goal is to not make great melodic lines, but to target chord tones to make sure I can find them quickly enough. So that would be one way of really focusing on targeting certain chord tones. Now the next step I might try, now that I can find chord tones, I want to concentrate on finding upper partials of the chords, 7ths, 9ths, and then altered tones over the dominant chords. So for example, over the dominant chords I want to target the flat 9, sharp 9, sharp 5, possibly the flat 5. Okay, so those are a couple possibilities. And over major chords, major 7s, 9ths, over minor chords, maybe even 11ths. All right. So again, I'll play 3 choruses of that progression, focusing on finding those chord tones and highlighting them. So that would be another way of practicing. Now I can incorporate both the arpeggio tones and any upper partials in my improvisation, assuming I can find them quickly enough on the neck. And another thing to shoot for when practicing these, by playing those over and over, you start to be able to hear what those tones sound like against the chord, so your ear starts to reach for them when you're improvising. Okay, that takes a while to do, so you have to be quite patient with that, but that's the end result of playing these progressions over and over and targeting certain tones. Your ear gets used to hearing them and finding them on the neck, so you just naturally go for them. Okay, now I'll play the same three chorus progression. This time I'll target on playing motivically. I'll take some kind of melodic idea and try to carry it through several chords in a row to see to make sure I can keep an idea going even when the chords are moving and moving at a pretty quick pace as they are in this progression. So that would be another example of focusing on a certain element of playing in my improvisation. Now I'll play three choruses, just trying to create a good solo. Having those skills at hand, now I can use them in a proper context and just concentrate on playing melodic lines that please me and would fit with the solo. So that would be an example of putting all those things together, targeting chord tones as well as trying to play motivically, and at the same time being able to target any altered or extended tones to get more of a color feeling. So that would be one example of, or several examples of how to practice a chord progression like this. Thanks very much for watching.